Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the very first episode of Kasi Convergence. I'm not alone here, I'm joined by my co-host
Lazy.
and our guest for today, Ms.
Dr. Dorothy M.
It's a pleasure to have you here today. Can you please tell us more about your musical background?
Wow. Dorothy M. started in the year 1993 in the Church of Maranatha, singing in different provinces. And 1998, I then end up in Joburg in search of fame. And 2006 is when I recorded my first album, Dula Leruna Murena. And then 2008, I recorded the next album, Kaili Kai, did very well in the Northern Cape. And then for some time, because I was working at that time, so I realized that it's interfering, the music is now interfering with my daily job. And then I decided to put music aside and then work, because we also need to eat. Music doesn't always bring money. So 2010 is when I started again with recording. But then my breakthrough came in 2019. So in 2019, I was then discovered by an organization, I for Others from Holland, because I approached them and explained to them what are my dreams and future plans. And then they sponsored my fourth album, the Church Edition. And after the recording of that album, my breakthrough came. I got an invite to Zimbabwe, I got an invite to Holland, I got an invite to Deutschland, I got an invite to Europe, to Switzerland, got an invite. And then by that time, I was already 30 years in the industry when my breakthrough came. It came at 30 years. 30 years in the industry when my breakthrough came. And then from 2019 up to now, the Lord has just been good.
Okay.
The Lord has just been good. You know, I managed to open my company called Mazingana Entertainment, where I then started to develop the upcoming artists.
Like you just mentioned, your first breakthrough came in 2019, and we know the year after that we went into a pandemic. Did that affect your journey?
No, it did not. COVID did not affect my journey. Actually, I was prepared for COVID. In 2019, when I was in Switzerland, on the mountain, I was on the mountain at 3 o'clock in the morning, I got a vision about COVID, where the Lord showed me that what's going to happen. I was on my way somewhere and I saw how people are running for their lives. And there was a venue, like all the believers were called into this venue. And inside were a lot of doctors, like forcing people to inject them. And then when I wanted to enter, the Holy Spirit said to me, don't enter here, run for your life, because this thing has come, to affect the faith of the believers. And then when I woke up, I sent a few men of God. They still have the proof. I sent them what the Lord just showed me. And then I returned in November 2019. I was there for 2 months. I returned home to South Africa. And then, voila, January, here is COVID to South Africa. So I was ready. I knew what's coming. And then I knew how to prepare myself, how to act. I was prepared for this. And thanks God, by that time, I was working. So it did not affect. It affected my music because we could not do much. But I was working, and then also in the same year I won an award. So COVID did not affect me. I was ready.
But during that time, when you returned, were you like here in the region or when you Joburg?
When I returned from Holland, I was here. I returned straight home. I returned straight to Richie and just continue with my work. Just lost a lot of family members during that time. All my mother, brothers and sisters, we lost them. it was actually painful for my family during that time. But as believers, we know that we need to prepare for such a time. We don't know when it comes, but when it comes, as believers, we need to be prepared for death.
Okay. I've seen on social media that you have an upcoming event. Can you please tell us more about it? What ceremony?
All right, yes. So, after this Mazingana Entertainment, where I developed artists, I then, every year I'm in different provinces, taking part in award competitions, and maybe it's fortunate that every time I return an award back to the Northern Cape. But 2024, when I received the award for Best Female Artist in Cape Town, I decided that, what about my other brothers and sisters in my province? Because there's no award ceremonies taking place here. And then I decided, when I go back, I'm going to start my own initiative to recognize and celebrate gospel artists in the industry. And then in January 2025, last year, I started the Diamond Gospel Music Awards to celebrate, recognize, and just give back to gospel artists for the work that they are doing, for their contribution in this industry. And wow, was it successful? My very first event last year, September, at the Northern Cape Theatre, it was packed. The Holy Spirit was there, the place was filled, artists were excited, God just showed up. What happened there, we did not expect it, because when you start something, people come to support you because they feel sorry for you. Let us just there was no time to feel sorry. Because when God is in something, from the start you will see that this can only be God. So this year we are in Uppington on the 26th again of September, celebrating. This time we're taking the opportunity to the doorstep of artists in Uppington. This is a provincial event, so it is touring the entire Northern Cape. Yeah. So next year we will be somewhere else. We will announce it at the awards. But this year, the Diamond Gospel Awards, with over 100 nominees, are in Uppington.
It's massive.
Massive. It's massive.
Do you have any plans of bringing it home one day?
Bring it to Richie.
Yes.
Definitely, it's in the pipeline. I just have to finish all the other districts, and then when it returns to Kimberley, to Francis Bard actually, it will definitely come to Richie. We must bring it home. I'm a daughter of Richie. Yeah, we don't have that big venues here, but when the time arrives, I know God is preparing something for us, for Richie.
Okay, you can ask.
Now, what advice can you give someone out there that's an upcoming artist to have the faith like you did, turn up and ongoing?
Yeah, it's like the Bible is saying, at the end of time, as you are looking at this time that we are in, we are moving towards the end of time. We're saying at the end of time, it's only your faith that will save you. So it is not your faith that will save me or your faith. It is my faith that will save you. So I can say to the upcoming gospel artists, if you are really called, it's not a copy. You don't copy or you don't imitate someone. If you are really called in this time and era that we are in, it is only your faith that will save you. Because if you are in the gospel industry or in the music industry or in artists, don't run after money. There's no money. You must be called for this thing. It's only the called that will survive in this ministry.
Okay, like you said, you are currently one of the biggest artists to ever make it out to Richie. Do you have any plans like establishing your own record label and pushing others?
I think the record label, I've passed that one. From developing artists, I'm now giving them the platform. What I want to establish is looking into a business like the one that you're currently busy with. Okay. Now giving platform to the artists, bring them in and interview them. First build them until they are standing on their own feet, and now bring them in. They don't get interviews. It's not easy to go to a radio station to get. So us here at home, even if we have to work together, let's give them that platform for them also to build their brand and feel important. Yeah, because my recording studio is in Joburg, I record there, so I like others saying, why don't you start your own church? I was like, I know what I'm called for. Let other pastors who are called to run the church, run the church. Yeah. I am not called to, I'm mobile. My church is on the road. Yeah. My church is on the road. Yeah, I'm called for the road, picking up those who have fallen, picking up those, who also want to be recognized, who also, like I said, it took me 30 years to be recognized. So I want to make sure it does not happen to my fellow artists. Yeah, you don't have to go for 30 years to be recognized. I am here to say, why not now? Yeah.
So, you also mentioned that your breakthrough happened in 2019. So, can you maybe tell us, since 2019 up until now, how has it been for you after waiting so long?
Wow. Came 2024, when they celebrated my 30 years in the industry. Guys, we need to go through the process. There's nothing that comes, the way we want it. I've realized with my journey that you need to go through the process. Because 2024, July, I then received my honorary doctorate for the same process that I went through. So I was amazed when I got there and they said, this is it. We recognize your work in the industry. And then it was celebrated by the entire Northern Cape. The Premier's office contributed, the MECs from social development, culture contributed to the celebration. Friends came as far as Bloemfontein to celebrate the success. And it has just been from 2019, 2020, when I got my award, 2021, 2022, 2023, until last year I got my award. And I am not backing down. Someone said to me, why don't you step down and give someone else a chance? Then you asked me to put my calling down. And then it was in my process of, campaigning for votes. And then that thing, if I listened to it, it was going to discourage me. Yeah. So I did not listen to that. I pushed. And last year when I went, I took the award. So as musicians also, we must not listen. When Jesus came on the water, when Peter saw him, he saw an opportunity. But when he was closer to the opportunity, he heard something. The wind came and it discouraged him and it crippled him. So as artists, let's not listen to what people are saying, but let's focus on God. Yeah, because after all, He is the giver of the gift.
I've seen some global artists are going through like mental breakdowns and they are suffering in silence. Have you ever been through such?
Hey, my brother. Every artist, successful or not, are going through that. Because if you, like I'm saying, if you don't have that faith and that courage, you won't make it, because except your music, you have yourself, your personal life, you have your family. If family are not supportive enough, when you lack something, you have the gift, but you lack something to push your gift. If family are not supportive enough towards your gift, you will break as an artist. So it is just that I'm that kind of person who even smile at my problem. So people can never see when I'm down, when I'm in the valley. They only see when I'm on a mountain. But believe you me, I have my days behind closed doors. Every artist, That's why when you listen to my music, you must listen carefully. I write my own life story in my music.
Where can we find your music? Is available? All digital stores?
All digital stores. You can get my music. YouTube, you call it Spotify. You call it. You just Google. You can even go on Google Dorothy M. It will tell you who I am.
So I'm seeing you're wearing a jacket. have your own store, maybe online or?
Not yet. It's coming soon. Yeah, this jacket is a brand of the Diamond Gospel Music Awards. You can see here my name, and you see the logo of the awards. Yeah, all nominees of the Diamond Awards and supporters are wearing this jacket.
Alright.
Yes.
The artists that we have here, how many of them are on the line at the upcoming award ceremony?
We have Minister Joe. What do they call it? Akazambai. Yes, he is. You know, one problem that we have with Richie, the artists, I don't know, are they discouraged or are they? I don't know. I think we need to build their confidence. Yeah, because out of for this year it's only Minister Joe who is a nominee in the awards. Last year it was Ruin Reed, one of my artists.
I think you won it.
He won an award for Best Gospel Single. Yes. So this year is Minister Joe in the category, very tight category, the Best Male Artist of the Year. So that one is very tight. If the community of Richie does not vote for him, it's going to break him. Yeah.
It's true.
And I believe they will surely vote for him. One thing about Richie, they support him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Saturday I attended his fundraising show, and
Was it sold out?
we did not get the support from Richie. People from Kimberley, they were there, and we thank God his family it was packed with his family to support. So we still have to, build our own town to say, if we are not for each other, who will be for us? Yeah, this town, this city is too small for us not to stand together. Yeah, so we are still praying that they stand behind him. The churches is the first organization that have to support such an initiative. The church. So if the church is absent, who must support us?
And I believe the people when they see this, guys, let's vote for Master Zambai, please. I believe the community will.
Yeah.
So that you can
So they can bring the award to Richie.
Yes.
The guy has been singing for years. He's been singing for years. He deserves it because even at the age that he's now, it must be his last opportunity this year. Just that music does not have an age group. He can sing until he's 100. But it takes courage for someone to enter a competition because in the church you can be great. But when you have to enter a competition, it's greatness. Everyone is great in their competition, so it is tight.
So currently here in Richie, who are you working with on maybe an upcoming album?
I've recently established a group called Rise Up. Minister Joe is part of the group. Lebo Maino and Sikhamets. They are actually even the backing vocalists of the Diamond Gospel Awards.
Are they from Richie?
They are from Richie. All of them are from Richie. And then we have Stefan Kakudi, we have Pimelo from Richie. They are the team for the Diamond Gospel Awards. Since we have started,
Keyboardist.
Stefan is on the keyboardist, Pimelo is the drummist. The guys, they are making Richie proud. Yeah, they've started with me last year, and even this year, we are busy with rehearsals already for the big event. Yeah, so Richie has people who carry the name.
Please do invite us for a live rehearsal.
Yes. Oh, yes. I will definitely do it.
So that people can see what to expect.
Yes. We have started Saturday with rehearsals already. So the next rehearsal we will invite you.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll invite you.
I think that's it for the day. We've yet enough. Guys, as you've heard, do you have any social media platforms where you can follow you, subscribe?
I have TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, you just search Dorothy M. Or you search the Diamond Awards, www.diamondgospelmusicawards.co.za. It will give you the whole history of Dorothy M.
And that's it for today, guys. Until another time, thank you.
Thank you so much.